just no way this can be right?
You're taking me the wrong way.
Look where this track is. Where are we going?
Land for sale. Contact Emily Lynn.
Well, we're trying to go to the track. Made it. It didn't move. Welcome to our first ever drift track day in the AE86. This is a forewarning. This is a primary notice here. This may or may not be the worst driving you guys have ever witnessed, but that's okay because we're learning. Today's gonna be my first real drift day. I've drifted in the BRZ before. That was 3 or 4 years ago, and I wouldn't even really consider that drifting, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. We're gonna be out here learning, having fun, and I'm gonna show you guys my journey of learning how to drift from basically the very start. The only car that I've ever drifted in, and I say that loosely, drifted, was my BRZ. And it was actually here, and it was horrible. This might be even worse than that, because as you guys know, the AE86 is a harder car to drive. But today's all about having fun, and today's about learning. And we actually have a special guest here who's gonna meet us here, and she's actually an incredible badass drifter. And you guys are gonna meet Stephanie today. I'm super pumped. My friend Stephanie just got here. While she unloads, I'm gonna go and just try and do some donuts and some skids in the skid pad over here just to get used to the car. We actually put the wheels of the 280Z on the rear because they have some crappy tires on them, and we just needed something that wasn't our 888s to drift on. So
you'll be fine.
Are you ready, Tim? I don't know what's gonna happen, but
you'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I'm gonna go and just mess around on the skid pad before we actually get off the track. This is like a little go-kart track, so it's like pretty freaking technical. I don't know what I'm doing, so we're gonna go have some fun.
Go learn shit.
We're gonna go on the skid pad here and just see what happens. Let's see how the car reacts. Like, the steering's very loose. Alright, well, I figured I'd pop on and voice over all of this to save you the pain from having to listen to my car the whole video. And it's also just easier for me to compile my thoughts when I'm voicing over. So obviously, to start out my drift day, my first ever drift day, I wanted to come like learn the very minimum basics. So yes, I can do a donut in front of my shop, but I have no control over what the car does. I can just make it spin. I have no control over entry or where I want to place the car, or even like holding it around a cone. I couldn't even do that to start out. As you guys can see, like, I can very basically do it, but like holding it for an extended period of time and like doing an entry, there's no way that I could do that. So my goal here is to just kind of learn how the car reacts when I throw it and when I weight transfer it, and just to see how the car overall reacts and how I can control the car. I don't know what's going on.
You gotta learn it.
That's why Stephanie's here. Let's go meet Stephanie. Everybody, this is Stephanie, absolute drifter badass, and today she's gonna be teaching me how to drift. Stephanie, I told all of them, but I'm also gonna tell you that this is probably going to be the worst driving that you have ever seen.
I don't think so. Like I told you, I think the Corolla's a really hard chassis to drive. It definitely humbled me when I started driving it, so I think you'll be okay. You just gotta learn the car. You gotta tell it what to do. This chassis doesn't like like you have to tell it what to do, and you can't let the RPMs drop, because once they do,
it's over. All 80 horsepower. So the cool thing about this is Steph also drives 86. She has a Renault hat, but she also has an SR240, which we actually met at Grid Life in Colorado. And then she was drifting this and I was driving my 32. It was really, really cool. So once I found out that she had an 86, like, this is perfect. She's got to come teach me. This thing is so rad. Look at this.
I painted this in my garage, so the paint job this is only like my second paint job, so it's not that good.
That's the best part.
So this is the fender I was telling you I was hit last August for 86 Day. I was hit, and then this whole thing collapsed, so I wasn't able to open the door. When I did, I chipped off my paint. So I have like wood here, wood here, wood here.
And then you made this.
And then I made this out of scratch because the tire ate this whole corner up. So I gotta finish cleaning this up, you know.
Oh my, absolute badass.
Oh,
this is so cool. This is so cool. Let's see the inside. Look at these seats. Heart-shaped steering wheel. That's pretty cool. First things first, before we go and do all the scary stuff, we're gonna ride with Stephanie, and she's gonna go on the little skid pad, feel out her 86, and she's gonna give me some pointers, because I need a lot of pointers, guys. I have no clue what I'm doing, but that's the point. We're gonna have some fun today. All right, so this is the part where I'm gonna juice Stephanie up a little bit, because she was absolutely killing it all day. She full sends, and it's awesome. You can really tell how much car control she has, even just doing donuts in her 86 in such a small area on the big track. It was really, really cool. So I got to ride along with her on the big track, see how she kind of drives, and it just blows my mind, because coming from like grip racing to drifting, it's like everything I know is just out the door immediately. I have no idea how she knows where to place the car, how she knows what the car is going to do, and that's what I really got to learn. So it was cool getting to sit in the passenger seat with her and really see how she drives. So after seeing how it was done, it was time for me to give it a shot. And it was still pretty bad. But the good part is I had Stephanie in the car with me, and she was non-stop hammering me on things to do, how I can improve, giving me pointers, and really teaching me car control, which is what today was all about. So basically what we did for my first day of drifting, which you guys are about to see right now, is learn how to do a controlled donut, transfer the weight, and do figure eights. So let's take a look inside the car, how my car control is, how my driving is, and listen to Stephanie yell at me.
Okay. Even when you're in the circle, when I'm yelling clutch kick.
Okay.
But let off the throttle just a little bit, or else you're gonna oversteer.
Okay. Too much gas. Okay.
Yeah, if you feel like you're about to spin out, let off the gas.
Okay.
Clutch in.
Okay.
Just feel the flow, you know, don't lose the momentum.
Okay. After countless tries and many cone kills, honestly, I'm pretty positive Stephanie pulled 3 or 4 cones out from underneath my car during this. I finally got it down. I finally got some sort of control under the car. I can hold a controlled donut over a cone, slide in, do a transition through the next cone, and do a proper figure 8, which is absolutely awesome. And honestly, it might not seem like a lot, but for me, coming from not even being able to do a real donut around something, this is pretty awesome. I'm super stoked on this. But shortly after this, we noticed something was a little bit wrong. We get like a weird smell, so we pulled the car in.
Is it hot by your feet?
No, look at the little minor issue. Our exhaust burned a hole through the floorboard. This is an 86 issue?
It's happened to me.
What? Look at this. Oh my God. Me and Stephanie were doing our figure 8 thing. We noticed there was a lot of smoke coming out, so we checked everywhere around the car, couldn't figure it out, so we pulled it in, and my freaking floor mat had a hole in it and was smoking. Are you kidding? What?
Welcome to a car life.
Hey, I learned a lot from that. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, you did?
Just my figure 8s. I got good figure 8 skills now.
No, you're really consistent on one side. It was just getting on the other side.
I want to go rip in your 240. I want you to take me in the 240.
Okay, I think those tires have like one lap in them.
Even better. The sketchier the better, Stephanie.
It's a little sketchy.
I love the pink duo here.
So my cars are both pink because my mom had breast cancer a few years ago, so that's why I decided to paint both of them pink. I want to actually paint this one two-tone like that.
Yeah?
Like I want to be my own team.
That'd be sick. Stephanie is a badass. This thing is so Thankfully, Stephanie is saving the day. She actually has one of these heat shield things that we're gonna use, because if you guys look in here, you can't even really, oh, yep, you can see it. There's a hole directly to the outside of the car through the floorboard. It's just smoking and getting so bad. All right, so we know Stephanie can send in her 240. She can send in her 86. Now the real test, are you gonna send it in my 86? No. Oh yeah, the seat doesn't move.
How's that gonna work?
I didn't think about that. How far?
I don't have to see. Where are the keys? I'm literally gonna have to go like You did great considering the car doesn't feel great, so I think like once you fix your issues.
I think the problem is the car's rubbing. We have our wheels in the front are too wide and it's rubbing on the frame of the car, which means I can't even full lock the wheel.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Right there.
So once we get smaller wheels, it'll be even better. But I feel like you taught me a lot today. You did. I definitely could not do a controlled donut in figure 8.
I think you're a fast learner. I think you just had it in you this whole time.
I'm just a naturally skilled athlete, you know? Next up, the track, the full track. So as you can see, I'm just trying to send it and do whatever I can on the big track. At this point, I think it's really just focusing on my car control skills, especially taking what I learned from doing the skid pad, doing control donuts, doing figure eights, and then implementing it into the actual track and just not being afraid to send it. And another large portion of it too is setting up the car properly. Tim and I came to the track without doing any setup whatsoever. We didn't get an alignment, we didn't do anything except put the wheels from the 280Z onto this car, and even that helped just a little bit, but I do think we need proper wheel and tire setup, cheap small wheels for this car because it needs to be able to spin with how little horsepower it has. So once we get the car properly aligned, get some new arms, get some bushings, get some tires, I think this thing will feel a lot better and be a little bit easier on me to slide. But now it's just really honing in on my car control skills, going to the big track and actually just properly sending it. That's the only way that I'm really going to learn. But overall, my first day drifting, I think, was a complete success. Successful day, Steph. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you for coming out.
Dude, of course. We got to do this more. I know, right? We're going to fix little kinks with this thing. We're going to come back out and we're going to learn some more. Next time, we're going to do the big track and I'm going to like learn how to do the big track. To
be fair, I tried it out and the car just feels off. So you were doing great aside with all the issues it has. So
it's pretty good.
Do even better.
Yeah, it's pretty good for Tim and I literally doing nothing except just bringing the car to the track. Like we had no preparation for this whatsoever, which is very strange because it takes so much preparation for when we do like a track day for our race cars versus this. We just brought it here and hey, it worked the whole day.
You started off rough.
Tell us how you really feel.
No, but like, no, you started off a little rough and then you got used to it. And now you can go out there and connect them together. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Now I just got to take what I learned out there and put it into here.
Full send and your clutch foot has to be like this.
That's what she was yelling at me in the car about. Also, if you guys want to check out all of Stephanie's stuff, I'm going to leave all of the links to her socials down in the description box below.
I don't matter.
Yes, it does.
I don't matter. Please.
She ripped. I mean, you should go check it out. You should go check it out. Thank you, Steph, for almost making me into a pro drifter. A pro figurator. Yeah. That's what.
Pro cone killer.
I did get quite a few cones stuck in my car.
You did amazing. You did really good. I'm not just saying
You're the best. So. Thank you. Next time we're gonna do even better.
Yes.
Okay. I'll see you a couple of days.
Yeah, I like that. A couple of days.
Hold myself to it. Okay.
See you next year.
Okay. Even better. Yeah.
Next
okay.
Year.
2 years from now.
Oh, wait.
Adios. Let's freaking go home, Tim. I cannot believe we found a Cracker Barrel for our track dinner. Best track meal ever. Dude, this is literally the best meal I've had in so long.
So good.
This reminds me of our old Mississippi days. Country fried steak, hash brown casserole, and just some good stuff here. Well, we left when it was dark and we got back when it was dark, but we had a ton of fun today. And the new trailer is absolutely amazing. That is definitely gonna make our track season this year or this coming year a whole lot easier, having such a nice trailer like that for the race cars. It's gonna be great. By the way, first event, Circuit of the Americas, second week of March for Global Time Attack. We're gonna be there and it's gonna be awesome. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. The 86 was a ton of fun. Now, I can't say that I'm in love with drifting yet, but I will say I am in love with this car. And I think once we dial this car in and make it just better for drifting, make it feel better, proper suspension components, get some new bushings, some new arms, and just make this thing feel like a proper drift car, and definitely new wheels and tires, it's going to be a whole lot more fun. But I definitely did learn a lot of car control today just messing around on the skid pad, which for my first time ever drifting is like, that's kind of the goal. And that's kind of what I wanted to do today, is kind of learn how this car feels when you slide it and how to actually control it. And I think I learned a lot today. Ideally, I'd like to show you guys the entire process of me learning how to drift, starting from today all the way into actually being able to link a full course. I think that would be really cool. And I think we can progress this car to doing that. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video. It is super late. We are exhausted and we got to come back to the shop and do some more work tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Huge thank you and huge shout out to Steph. If you guys want to check out any of Stephanie's content, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it down in the description box below. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. If you guys have not already, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a hashtag made it to the end if you guys stayed this long, because I appreciate you. I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Peace out.